Now, hello everyone, welcome back to the channel, G-Man Aviation. Now, in today's video, we will be not in the flight simulator today, but we will be checking out the announced Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 with the, of course, release date of November 19th. Now, that is in about 2 months, which is sad that we don't get it very close, but it will come up before we know it. Now, of course, this is the pre-order version of the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. You could buy it right now from the Microsoft Store, and you could pre-order it and get it on November 19th. But right now in this video, we are going to be talking about all the new things that this game will come with. Now, this is released by Microsoft officially here. Let's just start with the standard one. That's, of course, $70 on the Microsoft Store or on the Xbox website. Just searching that will bring you up. I will only be going over the new things, which are labeled in this new, which means that they were not really in the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. So we'll see that. So let's start with, of course, the L39 from ILY Baby. Gonna butcher that. Of course, that's more fighter jet planes. We have this interesting Optica here that is ILY, which is very, very interesting. I will see that when it comes out. I've never seen that. Of course, you have your air tractor, which is like your crop dusting planes in the general aviation, crop dusting planes. Of course, the A310, which we have in the Flight Simulator 2020. A321neo, which we have for the Flight Simulator. A321LR, which will be cool for the Flight Simulator. We do not have that one, apart from buying it on the 2020, which isn't true. So we'll see this one. This one will be in 2024, along with the A330, kind of like X-Plane 12 when they added in the A330. A330 will definitely be cool because we really don't have an A330 for this type of not in the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 that isn't a paid or free add-on, which I showed, I remember, one of those videos. Of course, we'll also get the Airbus A330 Beluga. So it's built on an A330 body, but it is the Airbus Beluga, which of course is an interesting plane. Definitely will check that out. And this is all just the standard edition, if I didn't mention that before. The standard edition is only $70 pre-order from Microsoft. You can just purchase that or pre-order that, and then on November 19th, you get all of these standard planes that we're going over right now. So you also have the A400, which is a nice military cargo plane. Of course, the H125, the Airbus helicopter. And we'll come back down. There's also a airship that will be like a blimp, kind of. You also have another one of these city taxi things like the Volocopter in Flight Simulator 2020, if you remember that one. I know we have this one for the Flight Simulator. I know we have this one. I know we have this one. We'll skip to the next one. We have all these. Now, of course, after the Bell 407, which we already have for 2020, they will be adding a 737 MAX 8 for the Flight Simulator 2024, which will be actually interesting because we don't really have a good mod for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. And also, the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 has never actually had a Microsoft-made 737. Of course, all of our 737s that we show on this channel are from PMDG. They make very high-quality mods. And of course, are expensive, which you could buy the 737 mod from PMDG for the price of this Flight Simulator, pretty much. But this will be added in. Of course, I don't know where it's coming from, if it's coming from Microsoft. Not PMDG, though. That will not be made from them, but this will be made from Microsoft, which means that it will be a base plane in the game. Of course, we have the 747-8. Of course, the F-18. We all had that for the last one for Flight Simulator 2020. Now, we also had all these, but after that, we get actually the Cessna 400, which is a smaller general aviation plane. Of course, we have the CJ4, and this is a different little Hawk aeroplane here. I think this might be a glider or rear engine plane. I don't really know much about that plane. Of course, we get the Cirrus Vision Jet, which is very interesting because we've never... I know there's one mod out there for the Flight Simulator 2020 for the Vision Jet. I've never had it. This is definitely a very cool thing. Of course, X-Plane has had this for a long time. and even, you know, X-Plane Mobile had that for free. So this Cirrus Vision Jet will definitely be interesting. Definitely for Microsoft, if they add it, it'll probably be realistic with good physics. And speaking of physics, I definitely know that they are updating the physics model for the 2024 version, which will be definitely much better than 2020. Alright, let's keep going here. We have all those for the flight simulator right now. Of course, the Dasher. But of course, after this, we have the de Havilland Canada, of course, CL415, which is a firefighting plane, aerial firefighting, for people who like that. And very interesting. That will be incorporated in some of the missions in the next flight simulator, along with all of this. So that's a very, very interesting plane. We'll definitely be checking that out once this releases. We've had that one. We can also get the DHC-6 Twin Otter, which we actually haven't had for the flight simulator yet. We had one model, but it got discontinued. I actually tried to buy it a few months back, but that will definitely be a cool add-on to, or add addition to 2024. Of course, that will be added in. Of course, after all these, we also have the Draco X, which is this little kind of cub-like plane. And next we have the S-64F air crane, which is actually a helicopter that has an entire crane system in it. Rescue missions and picking up and building things. Definitely another thing to add into the missions of the Flight Simulator 2024. Definitely an interesting addition. And we'll then also get the A-10 Thunderbolt 2. Of course, this ginormous plane, or this lovely fighter jet, does actually seem to have a machine gun on the front of it. Of course, like the real one. And we'll keep going here. We'll also get the Heart Aerospace ES-30, which I believe is a concept of a electric passenger aircraft, which we will definitely be checking out once the Flight Simulator 2020 releases. You also get a hot air balloon. People who played FSX, the previous one to Microsoft 2020, of course, you knew the hot air balloons, and there's also seems to be a hot air balloon with an engine to propel you forward, so that'll be different too. Of course, we've had the Spruce Goose, along with all of these. You'll also have a Jetson 1, which kind of looks like the Icon aircraft, but a little bit open, and we'll definitely check these all out when they come out. Another one of these interesting planes that are very, very interesting. We have definitely different helicopters as well. We don't do helicopters much on this channel, so I don't do much with helicopters. We also have an MXS-R, which would be for, seems like, racing. Of course, as you saw in the beginning, Red Bull Racing, Red Bull missions will probably also be added into this game, along with the Pew 51 Mustang. This one doesn't say new, but I know it, at least right now, it's not in the Flight Simulator 2020. At least not in the one I have. T6 Texan, right there. That's an interesting little plane. The PC6, of course, we have all of those for the Flight Simulator 2020. You also, this will actually be really cool. I haven't really heard much talk about it, but it seems to be a paraglider, like hang glider thing. I don't know what you call them, but with a fan on the back, pretty much, the ones that you can just fly independently. It's going to be definitely interesting. Do lower flights. Of course, you have another helicopter. We don't know much about those. Pretty much all the same here. S12G, that'll be added. We, of course, have the Volocopter in the Flight Simulator 2020. And the last one for the standard edition of the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 is the Edge 540, which is also seems to be like a Red Bull plane, racing plane. Definitely going to be added in this Flight Simulator in the missions of this game. So now that is the end of the standard edition. So you pay today $70 for the pre-order of the game. On November 19th, you get everything from this standard area down. So everything that's in blue here is what you would get if you pre-order the standard version of Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Very interesting, very cool. You pay a little extra, you get $100. This includes everything from standard, which means you get the game, all the standard planes, but you also get to add these ones. Now we'll start with the Albatross G11 HU-16. This is a interesting little, looks like a float plane. Don't know much about it. Of course, you'll get these things that were behind a pay lock in 2020 as well. The 152 Aerobat was behind the Premium Deluxe version then. You also get the Cessna 188 AGT truck, which is interesting. Looks like another crop duster plane. You also get the Cessna 404 Titan, the Cessna 408 Sky Courier, and definitely through here you also get the Dornier Sea Star. Again, another water plane. That is what you get if you get the deluxe version of the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. Again, you get all the standard planes that we just talked about, and now all of these extra planes for $100. That is what you can pre-order it right now. Premium Deluxe, which will add these new planes here. Let's check it out. We have the H225 Airbus helicopter, which is new. C90 King Air, definitely going to check that out. The 747-400 Global Super Tanker here for the Flight Simulator. Again, that is a firefighting plane, aerial firefighting, which we'll check out definitely. That is added in for the firefighting missions. 747 Dream Lifter, which is this interesting, kind of like the Airbus Beluga there. Of course, 787-10, which we have for the 2020 version if you bought Premium Deluxe. C-17 Globemaster, which will be very interesting. A CH-47D helicopter from Boeing. Of course, Cessna Longitude, we all know these. We'll also get the PC-24, which for the thing, if you get Premium Deluxe, that is a newer plane. We have the PC-12 in 2020, but we don't have the PC-24. Next one here is the Terius M, this plane here. The Saab 340B, which is another smaller little airliner, it looks like. The Savage Norden, and the, of course, Shock Ultra that we have in Flight Simulator 2020. Now, this is what you get for the Aviator edition of the Flight Simulator. Of course, at $199 for pre-order right now from Microsoft's store. You get the Aero AE25. I don't actually remember if there was an Aviator edition for 2020. If there was, you might have had that. I don't know. It doesn't say new. I don't think anyone has had this, so I don't know. Maybe they're just not, they don't have the titles. Maybe these are all new. But this is the Aero AE45, which I have never really seen. Oh, wow, we skipped around. Which I've never really seen. Next one is going to be the Antonov AN2. There's going to be this little general aviation plane here. It seems like a little tail dragger. Definitely can check those out. The next one is going to be a very interesting one. Antonov AN225, which was actually the largest aircraft in the world a few months ago before it was sadly destroyed. But this will be in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 if you get the Aviator Edition, which is the top of the line. Next, you get the ATR 42600. The Beechcraft Bonanza V35. You also get the Beechcraft Model 17, the Beechcraft Model 18, the another Bell helicopter, the Boeing 307 Stratoliner, which is an interesting plane, old plane. Of course, you get the Boeing 707, which is honestly worth it to me to just get this, to get the 707. Definitely going to check that out. Very interesting. And next you have the Cessna 195, and the Cessna 207, a lot of Cessnas. You also get the Curtiss C-46 and de Havilland DHC-4. You also get the Doge Wall, the Dornier Do-31, Dornier Do-X, the Douglas Aircraft Company C-47D, and the Focke-Wulf FW200, the F-Ocker. And now next you see the Ford Tri-Motor, which will be very interesting. Granville BBR2, Junkers F-13, the Junkers JU-52, and of course this larger looking waterplane here, Mitsubishi MU-2, the Saab 17B, S-55 Soviet Marchini Short SC-7, and the Scout Wasp helicopter Westland. That is all you get from the Aviators edition. Of course, probably my most favorite things will probably be for the Antonov AN225 and, of course, the Boeing 707. Now, once again, this includes those planes that I just mentioned. Premium Deluxe, Deluxe, and Standard. So all the planes in the game that are currently available, might be added later, will come to you if you get the Aviator Edition. So you get all of these planes down. So everything for $200, it's not actually that bad. If you think about it, you're getting all these planes for that top of the line, which I think is kind of worth it. So which one am I going to get? I am kind of between either the Premium Deluxe or, of course, the Aviator Edition. Depending on your price range, you can go anywhere. Again, the Premium Deluxe is $129, with the Aviator Edition equaling $200. So really anywhere in your price range. Again, the game starts at $70. Just remember that. This game starts with $70 to get all of these standard planes down here and access to all the missions and all of these other things that you might have in the future with standard. So if you really only can spend $70, standard is perfect. You get the whole game, you get the whole world model again. Of course, perfect. If you want all the planes, you go with, of course, top Aviator. So I will see when I do for these two. I will definitely be ordering or buying the Flight Simulator 2024. So you definitely will see content then once it reaches November 19th. So the countdown has officially started. Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024 will be an amazing game when it releases. Yeah, you can pre-order now, again, from the Xbox website or, of course, the Microsoft Store. Check out, also for the editions here, if you want to order the Aviator Edition on the Microsoft Store, click here where it says Editions, and you can choose where you want. If you want the Standard, or if you want all the way up to the Aviator. So that's the way you can change modes here on this. Of course, there's the video. If you want to see that, you can check that out from Xbox. I'm not going to steal their copyrighted video. So, thank you guys so much for watching this video. Definitely interesting. Again, you can pre-order this game starting at $70. Definitely, I believe it's worth it. If you enjoy aviation, have a Xbox or a computer, PC at home, and want the Flight Simulator, get the Standard if you are on that budget, or want just a nice introduction to this and might not know if you want it for the rest of your time. Just you don't want to spend that much. Of course, you get plenty of planes for the Standard Edition. Now, I know this would really sound like an ad, but I do not work for Microsoft, so this is just definitely from my aviation view and having the Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020 version, thinking that I believe the 2024 version is definitely worth it. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. We'll definitely be making a little more content probably in the next few months. Definitely just been a little crazy with school starting, of course, and that start season. In October, we'll definitely be making a lot more videos. Definitely in November as well, with all of the 2024 version of Microsoft Flight Simulator. I'll definitely make a new video, again, once we actually pre-order the Flight Simulator, which can come in a few months. I have not pre-ordered yet, but I definitely will. Now, thank you guys so much for watching again, and have a great day.